3 and 2 and 1, live from New Jersey / Texas / North Carolina / wherever everybody's at. I got a little something for you, millionaire.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine is here, you can take a break.
I want y'all to soak this in, because we're happy today.
Hot air balloon that could go space. With the air, like I don't care about the world. Because feel like
How is everything? I got a whole coming in. I don't know. I think. Hold on. Yes, we got this. Let's see. I don't know how many people listen today. Okay, I'm not open anywhere else. It might be one of you guys. All right, yeah, I think it was one of you guys. Did you guys? Yes, it was you, Myra. It was you, Honey Bunny. You got the echo in the big house. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having an amazing Columbus Day or Happy Millionaire Monday, like my friend Andrea loves to call it. I actually like that, Millionaire Monday. It's not just another manic Monday. Ooh, I wish it were Sunday. No, we don't believe in that crap around here. We believe that Mondays is Millionaire Mindset Mondays. Okay, get that through your millionaire mind. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Who the heck are we? Why are we on your screen? What are we here to provide you with? We're here to provide you with $1 million content. Okay, we want to teach you not only how to make money, but how to keep it millionaire, because ain't no point in doing everything that everybody else does and all of a sudden you start making a whole lot of income and then all of a sudden you start to spend it all, don't even know where it went, okay? You got that gaping hole in your pocket. Nobody got time for that, okay? Nobody got time for that. We want you to learn how to think like a millionaire. I appreciate y'all being here. I am going to go ahead and start to introduce to you my panelists from left to rat, or my left to your rat, or your rat to your left. I don't know, I'm discombobulated. Don't matter. We got amazing people on here. We've got seasoned entrepreneurs. We have got brand new entrepreneurs. Okay, we've got here Larry, who has just started in the industry, and he's got the guts to be on a hangout like this, guys. I'm sorry, but you ain't got no excuse. You hear me? And we've also got Myra and Edgar, who are a couple, and they are blowing it up in the Spanish industry, let me tell you. And we've got Andrea, who she pretty much blogs about everything. She shares everything on Pinterest. She's like a Pinterest fanatic. She's all over the place on social media. Homegirl knows what the heck she's doing, okay? She's got a taste of internet marketing, and she liked it, and she's all in, let me tell you. Guys, so go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we will start with me. Hi, I'm Zabelina. I have been an entrepreneur now for about 3 years. And everyone that you see on this panel here are my teammates. I am making a full-time income. I live in New Jersey. I have 3 beautiful children. We homeschool. Yes, we homeschool. We are weird. I have a 17-year-old, a 14-year-old, and an 11-year-old. And I love what I do at home. I am here to provide you amazing content when it comes to this book club. Okay, so I would love for you to be on here. So that's who I am, and we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Andrea. Andrea, go ahead and introduce yourself, honey bunny.
Hi, I'm Andrea, and I have been doing this for almost 2 years, and let me tell you, it is so much better than a job, because I hated my job.
Yes.
Your life revolves around you instead of somebody else's schedule. and you actually get to have fun. And I would not trade it for anything.
Amen. Amen. So many people say the same exact thing when they get a taste of this industry. Let me tell you, it's all about heart here. And thank you, Andrea, for being on here. You're such a faithful business owner. You are faithful to your own business. I see you all of the time posting stuff and just, you know, being on point when it comes to just being connected to your team and being connected to all of the things that are going on as far as your home-based business. Your dreams will come true. I don't care what nobody says. Stay true to what you believe in. That's what Andrea is doing, and that's why she's going to make it. Let me tell you, and she already is, as a matter of fact. She's seeing results. People are following her. So congratulations, Andrea. Thank you for doing that. And next, we have Larry. Larry is our new entrepreneur. He is a baby, but let me tell you, don't let that fool you because he's got a lot of heart. And it doesn't matter how unskilled you might think you are, as long as you show up, that's all that matters. Larry, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name's Larry Lafferty, and I'm really starting to enjoy this. I want to prove to my friends that you can make money online and have a better life than they have. So I'm not working for a boss.
Amen.
I'm the boss.
Yes! I'm the boss, said Larry. I'm the boss. That's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for being on here. You've got guts, my man. Let me tell you, a lot of people are watching this right now. It's very exciting. They're going to see your face. It's all about exposure, guys. What's the secret? Exposure, exposure, exposure. So be on here next week. You want to be on here now? Let me know. Send me a message. I will send you a link. Get your pretty little face all up on the screen right now. And next we have Myra and Edgar. Amazing couple. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Edgar, and I hardly speak, but I'm pretty glad to be here. Thank you very much. We learn every time. And I'm looking forward to the contents of this book today.
Yeah. Celebration for Edgar. Yeah, I'm super excited. Like every Monday that we are here in this hangout. Also, we always learn something on this book, and also empower us to help many people from all over the world, because it's something that even that you see it, maybe something is gonna get you, and you can transmit that information to others.
Thank you, Myra. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We are mindset junkies, and I'm pretty sure that you are too. It's all about what's up here. Let me tell you, so that your pockets can get bigger. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you're religious or if you believe in Jesus, he says it's a renewal of the mind, okay? And that's what we're doing here. We're trying to reprogram your brain so that you can start thinking big, okay? So that you can start to realize your dreams. And that's going to start by reading books, all right? And this book that we're going to dive into today, we are on week 11, and this book is called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And what I do is I read, okay? And then from there we just comment on what we think. Do we agree? Do we disagree? You know, what did you get from it? What did the panelists get from it? We share stories, and we just share our hearts. Okay, so we're here. We're being real. We're being genuine. So, guys, let's get into it. And as you wait, I am going to go ahead and do a screen share, and we're going to jump right on here. Give me a minute. It's about to start. Yeah. Can y'all see that? Yes, I can see that. Yeah, so last week we went over the wealth file number 5, and I've got here the, let me see, what was it? What was it? Let's just go ahead and do a recap. I made a video of the panelists, and they're wise. And well file number 5, it says rich people focus on opportunities and poor people focus on obstacles. And we shared our hearts. We shared how, we have actually been through stuff like that and what we have done to overcome. And I mean, it was good stuff, guys. It was really good stuff. And I made like a little 12-minute video with music in the background, just honoring the people who were on my panel, because I love it when they share their hearts. I'm just so I'm truly blessed when I hear you guys share what's on your mind. So let's get on to wealth file number 6, and this is a really good one, y'all. I don't know, when I posted this, I was like, please, can somebody tell me, can you relate? So wealth file number 6, rich people admire other rich and successful people. Poor people resent rich and successful people. OMG, OMG, OMG. That sucker's going to be highlighted. Sure enough is. So poor people often look at other people's success with resentment, jealousy, and envy. Or they snip, they're just so lucky. Or whisper under their breath, those rich jerks. I know, y'all. I got a few haters myself. That's what they say about us. And I'm like, are you serious? This is not even right. Okay, so you have to realize that if you view rich people as bad in any way, shape, or form, and you want to be a good person, then you can never be rich. It's impossible. How can you be something that you despise? Whew! Oh my goodness. And highlight that sucker. It's amazing to witness the resentment and even outright anger that many poor people have toward the rich, as if they believe that rich people make them poor. Yep, that's right. Rich people took all the money, so there's none left for me. Of course, this is perfect victim talk. I want to tell you a story, not to complain, but simply to relate a real-world experience that I had with this principle. In the old days, when I was, let's say, financially challenged, I used to drive a clunker. Changing lanes in traffic was never a problem. Almost everybody would let me in. But when I got rich and bought a gorgeous new black Jaguar, I couldn't help but notice how things changed. All of a sudden, I started getting cut off and sometimes given the finger for added measure. What the heck? I even got things thrown at me, all for one reason, because I drove a Jaguar. Oh my goodness, that is just sad. So one day, I was driving through a lower-end neighborhood in San Diego, delivering turkeys for a charity at Christmas time. I had the sunroof open, and I noticed 4 grimy guys perched in the back of a pickup truck behind me. Out of nowhere, they started playing basketball with my car by attempting to shoot beer cans into my open sunroof. Haters! 5 dents and several deep scratches later, they passed me screaming, "You rich bastard!" Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what? Okay, so of course, I figured this to be an isolated incident. Until just 2 weeks later, in a different lower-end neighborhood, I parked my car on the street and returned to it less than 10 minutes later to discover that the entire side of my car had been keyed. Oh, my heart just dropped. The next time I went to that area of town, I rented a Ford Escort, and amazingly, I didn't have a single problem. Listen, I'm not implying that poor neighborhoods have bad people, but in my experience, they sure seem to have plenty of folks who resent the rich. Who knows? Maybe it's some kind of chicken and egg thing. Is it because they're broke that they resent the rich, or because they resent rich people that they're broke? As far as I'm concerned, who cares? It's all the same. They're still poor. It's easy to talk about not resenting the rich, but depending on your mood, falling into the trap can happen to anyone, even me. Recently, I was eating dinner in my hotel room, about an hour before going on stage to teach an evening session of the Millionaire Mind seminar. I turned on the tube to check the sports scores and found that Oprah was on. Although I'm not a big fan of television, I love Oprah. That woman has affected more people in a positive way than almost anyone else on the planet, and consequently, she deserves every penny she's got and more. Amen. Amen. T-ha, Eka. Meanwhile, she's interviewing actress Halle Berry. They're discussing how Halle has just received one of the largest film contracts in history for a female actor, $20 million. Halle then says that she doesn't care about the money and that she fought for this humongous contract to blaze a trail for other women to follow. I heard myself say skeptically, yeah, right. Do you think I and everyone else watching the show is an idiot? You should take a hunk of that dough and give your public relations agent a raise. That's the best soundbite written I've ever heard. I felt the negativity welling up inside of me, and just in the nick of time, I caught myself before the energy took over me. Cancel! Cancel! Thank you for sharing, I yelled out loud to my mind to drown out that voice of resentment. I couldn't believe it. Here I was, Mr. Millionaire Mind himself, actually resenting Halle Berry for the money that she made. I quickly turned it around and began screaming at the top of my lungs, "Way to go, girl! You rock! Yeah, you let him off too cheap. You should have got $30 million. Good for you. You're incredible and you deserve it." I felt a lot better. Regardless of her reason for wanting all that money, the problem wasn't her. It was me. Remember, my opinions make no difference to Halle's happiness or wealth, but they do make a difference to my happiness and wealth. Also, remember that thoughts and opinions aren't good or bad, right or wrong, as they enter your mind, but they can sure be empowering or disempowering to your happiness and success as they enter your life. Pow! That was awesome. Highlight that sucker. Throw it on Instagram and Twitter. The moment I felt that negative energy run through me, my observation alarms went off. And as I've trained myself to do, I immediately neutralized the negativity in my mind. You don't have to be perfect to get rich, but you do need to recognize when your thinking isn't empowering to yourself or others. Then quickly refocus on more supportive thoughts. The more you study this book, the faster and easier this process will be. And if you attend the Millionaire Mind Intensive Seminar, you will dramatically accelerate your progress. I know, I keep mentioning the Millionaire Mind course, but please understand, I wouldn't be so adamant about this program if I didn't see for myself the phenomenal results that people get in their lives. In their outstanding book, The 1 Minute Millionaire, my good friends Mark Victor Hansen and Robert Allen quote the poignant story of Russell H. Conwell in his book, Acres of Diamonds, which was written over 100 years ago. It says this: I say that you ought to get rich, and it is your duty to get rich. How many of my pious brethren say to me, do you, a Christian minister, spend your time going up and down the country advising young people to get rich, to get money? Yes, of course I do. They say, isn't that awful? Why don't you preach the gospel instead of preaching about man's making money? Because to make money, honestly, is to preach the gospel. That is the reason. The men who get rich may be the most honest men that you find in the community. Oh, but, says some young man right here tonight, I have been told all my life that if a person has money, he is very dishonest and dishonorable and mean and contemptible. My friend, that is the reason that you have none, because you have that idea of people. The foundation of your faith is altogether false. Let me say clearly, 98 out of 100 of the rich men and women of America are honest. That is why they are rich. That is why they are trusted with money. And that is why they carry on great enterprises and find plenty of people to work with them. Says another young man, I hear sometimes of men that get millions of dollars dishonestly. Well, yes, of course you do. And so do I. But they are so rare a thing, in fact, that the newspapers talk about them all the time as a matter of news until you get the idea that all the other rich men got rich dishonestly. Isn't that the truth? My friend, you drive me out into the suburbs of Philadelphia and introduce me to the people who own their homes around this great city. So beautiful homes with gardens and flowers. Those magnificent homes, so lovely in their art. And I will introduce you to the very best people in character as well as in enterprise in our city. They that own their homes are made more honorable and honest and pure and true and economical and careful by owning them. We preach against covetousness, right, in the pulpit, and use the terms filthy, what the heck, lucre? Oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go with those words again. Filthy lucre. So, extremely that Christians get the idea that it is wicked for any man to have money. Oh my goodness, isn't this the truth? So, money is power, and you ought to be reasonably ambitious to have it. You ought, because you can do more good with it than you can do without it. Money printed your Bibles. Money builds your churches. Money sends your missionaries. And money pays your preachers. I say then, you ought to have money. If you can honestly attain unto riches, it is your godly duty to do so. It is an awful mistake of these pious people to think that you must be awfully poor in order to be pious. Whew. Oh my gosh, guys, that's so good. Conwell's passage makes several excellent points. The first refers to the ability to be trusted. Of all the attributes necessary for getting rich, having others trust you has to be near the top of the list. Think about it. Would you do business with a person that you didn't trust, at least to some extent? No way. Meaning that to get rich, there's a good chance that many people must trust you, and there's a good chance that for that many people to trust you, you have to be quite trustworthy. What other traits does a person need to get rich and, even more importantly, stay rich? No doubt there are always exceptions to any rule, but for the most part, who do you have to be to succeed at anything? Try some of these characteristics on for a size. Positive, reliable, focused, determined, persistent, hardworking, energetic, good with people, a competent communicator, semi-intelligent, and an expert in at least one area. Another interesting element in Conwell's passage is that so many people have been conditioned to believe that you can't be rich and a good person or rich and spiritual. I too used to think this way. Like many of us, I was told by my friends, teachers, media, and the rest of society that rich people were somehow bad, that they were all greedy. Once again, another way of thinking that ended up being pure crapola. Backed by my own real-world experience, rather than old, fear-based myth, I have found that the richest people I know are also the nicest. When I moved to San Diego, we moved into a home in one of the richest parts of town. We loved the beauty of the home and the area, but I had some trepidation because I didn't know anyone and I felt I didn't yet fit in. My plan was to stay low-key and not mix much with these rich snobs. As the universe would have it, however, my kids, who were 5 and 7 years old at the time, made friends with the other kids in the neighborhood, and pretty soon I was driving them to these mansions to drop them off to play. I remember knocking on a stunningly carved wooden door that was at least 20 feet high. The mom opened it up, and with the friendliest voice I'd ever heard, she said, "Harv, it is just so great to meet you. Come on in." I was a bit bewildered as she poured me some iced tea and got me a bowl of fruit. What's the catch? My skeptical mind kept wanting to know. Then Her husband came in from playing with his kids in the pool. He was even friendlier. Harv, hey, what's up? We're so happy to have you in the neighborhood. You have to come to our barbecue, man, tonight with the rest of our family. We'll introduce you to everybody, and we're not taking no for an answer. Oh, by the way, do you golf? I'm playing tomorrow at the club. Why don't you come as my guest? By now, I was in shock. What happened to the snobs I was sure that I was going to meet? I left and I went back home to tell my wife that we were going to the barbecue. Oh my, she said. What will I wear? No, honey, you don't understand, I said. These people are incredibly nice and totally informal. Just be who you are. We went, and that evening met some of the warmest and kindest, most generous, most loving people of our lives. At one point, the conversation shifted to a charity drive that one of the guests was heading up. One after another, the checkbooks came out. I could not believe it. I was actually watching a lineup to give this woman money. But each check came with a catch. The agreement was that there would be reciprocity and that the woman would support the charity the donor was involved in. That's right. To a T, every person there either headed up or was a major player in a charity. Our friends who had invited us were involved in several. In fact, each year, they made it their goal to be the single largest donor in the entire city to the Children's Hospital Fund. They not only gave tens of thousands of dollars themselves, but every year, they organized a dinner gala that raised hundreds of thousands more. Then there was the vein doctor. We became quite close with his family too. He was among the top varicose vein doctors in the world and made a fortune. Somewhere in the range of $5,000 to $10,000 per surgery, doing 4 or 5 surgeries per day. Holy moly. Whew. I bring him up because every Tuesday was free day when he would do surgeries on people in the city who couldn't afford to pay. On this day, he would work from 6 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m., doing as many as 10 surgeries, all for free. On top of this, he headed up his own organization whose mission was to get other doctors to do free days for people in their communities too. Needless to say, guys, my old conditioned belief that rich people were greedy snobs dissipated in the light of reality. Now I know the opposite to be true. In my experience, the richest people I know are the nicest people that I know. They are also the most generous. Not to say that people who aren't rich aren't nice or generous, but I can safely say the idea that all rich people are somehow bad is nothing more than ignorance. The fact is, resenting the rich is one of the surest ways to stay broke. We are creatures of habit, and to overcome this or any other habit, we need to practice. Instead of resenting rich people, I want you to practice admiring rich people. I want you to practice blessing rich people. And I want you to practice loving rich people. That way, unconsciously, you know that when you become rich, other people will admire you, bless you, and love you instead of resent the heck out of you the way that you might do them now. One of the philosophies that I live by comes from ancient Hana wisdom. I hope I said that right because that was a strange word to say. The original teachings of the Hawaiian elders. It goes like this. Bless that which you want. If you see a person with a beautiful home, bless that person and bless that home. If you see a person with a beautiful car, bless that person and bless that car. If you see a person with a loving family, bless that person and bless that family. If you see a person with a beautiful body, bless that person. Bless that person and bless their body. Oh man, this is good stuff. And here is a wealth principle. Bless that which you want. The Hana philosophy. Somebody please correct me. Okay, so the point is, if you resent what people have in any way, shape, or form, you can never have it. Regardless, if you see a person in a gorgeous black Jaguar with the sunroof open, don't throw beer cans at it. Oh my God, this was so good. And in this is what we're going to take throughout the week. Number 1, practice the Hana philosophy. Bless that which you want. Drive around or buy a magazine. Look at beautiful homes, gorgeous cars, and read about successful businesses. Whatever you see that you like, bless it. And bless the owners or the people involved. Number 2, write and send a short letter or an email to someone that you know of, not necessarily personally, who is highly successful in any arena, telling them how much you admire and honor them for their achievements. Whew. And then at the end, we're going to do our declaration. Boy, was that some good stuff, y'all. Let me see, can y'all see my face? Whew. Oh my goodness, that was just yummy. Yummy. I know for a fact that you guys have probably been through this. I know I've been through it. And let me tell you guys something. That was the whole point of Millionaire TV with Zabelina, because I was T. Harv Eckert. And I thought rich people were going to hell. Straight up, you're going to hell. Because in the Bible, it says that it is easier for a rich man to, or for a camel, you know, in the eye of the needle and in the storm and in the Red Sea and the... I know I discombobulated that verse, but you know what I mean. We've all heard it. We've all heard it. Oh my goodness, Andrea. Andrea, I'm going to go ahead and go down the line here and see what y'all got to say about this. This is so good. Andrea.
I love the blessing what you want, you know? Like, whatever you put out comes back, so why not be excited for it and get that feeling? Like, that's fantastic.
Amen.
And, you know, the people resenting. Earlier this week, I was watching like ETV or something. I don't know. Anyways, George Clooney bought a $16 million house. And the friend that I was watching it with got so angry right away. Just, why would he do that? That's so wasteful. That's horrible. Like, that money could be spent so much better. Like, if he shared it. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, he's creating all kinds of jobs for people. He's, you know, he is sharing the money. It's his money. Let him do it. Like, if he likes it, you know, why hate on it? Plus, it's a beautiful house. But, you know, like, you hear it all the time and you don't even realize.
That's so true. That's so true. It's almost like it's programmed there. You know, you hear the people hating and you don't really even realize it until you start reading books like these, or you start to kind of get your mind out of the gutter. And you realize, man, I thought the same way, you know, just hating. And it's like T. Harv was saying, that Halle Berry's not going to be the one to make any less money if he goes out shouting to her, hey, you know, oh, man, you suck. Look at all that money. Blah, 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 blah. He's the one that's going to suffer, not her. She can't hear him, you know? Right. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you for sharing that, Andrea. Larry. What do you?
I used to be that way, rejecting rich people, and now I'm starting to look at different since I joined this group here, and you're reading the book. I've started to look at, you know, that person was probably in the same shoes I was in, you know, back, and they probably doing the same stuff I'm working on now, and now he's up there making money.
Yeah, wow, that's powerful. That means a lot to me, that the fact that we're reading this book is actually changing the way that you see things. That's powerful, and that to me, it just blesses my heart. I could die happy tomorrow, I swear to you. Not today, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, man, that's awesome, Larry. Thank you for sharing that. Wow, you, my friend, are on a journey to greatness, you know, and just by shifting your mentality, it comes really quickly. Be prepared. That's what you got to be ready for. Be prepared to receive the abundance. Wow, thank you, Larry. Thank you. That deserves an encore. Myra and Edgar. Whew. What y'all got to say about that?
Well, I think that is a correct we have to change when we enter to this kind of environment. We have to decide to change the mindset, because one of the things that are different from the corporate America is that when you are here in the around in surround with entrepreneurs, we celebrate everything, everything of the success for any of our teammates is like we are happy, we are wow, they made it, and every single things that our teammates do. For example, we are very the people maybe that they don't know us see our celebration for Larry to be with us. They don't understand how powerful is that a person who started on this kind of industry be with us in our hangout. It's something different, because in the corporate America, most of the time the mindset is, oh, I don't want to this person want to share their idea because their idea is better than mine, and I don't want to be lower on the perspective for the whole department. That is the kind of mindset that we are always. You can see it in the corporate America. Here, you always encourage, lift people, help to empower people, to inspire people, because we, before that the person believe in themselves, we believe in them. And that, I think that is one of the powerful things that we, as an entrepreneur, we want to share to everybody.
Yeah. Let me put give you a little perspective on what you said before, Shabalina. You said that you used to think, oh, money is the root of all evil, right? I mean, that's what you used to think. And if you let's just put a little perspective on it just for a second. If you read the Bible, you will understand that a lot of the prophets were having were working, and they did have good material things. You know, I mean, don't take my word for it. Abraham was a rich man, for example. I would think that the apostles were, Peter was a fisherman, right? So why do you think he was a fisherman? He wasn't going to eat all the fish. He was going to sell it, to have some kind of lifestyle, to make a living. So therefore, he was seeking money so he can keep doing what he was doing. Okay? I mean, his heart wasn't in the money, but he had to make money to make a living. Okay, now that we have that in perspective, I think being negative only pulls you back to where you don't want to be. Okay? Negativity is just a waste of time. And besides, if money is the root of all evil, why don't you put this in perspective? Why do you say that? Isn't envy the root of all evil? That will hold you back. So, I mean, the whole purpose of life is for us to improve ourselves and make a good living. Therefore, work on every aspect of your life, including a better way of life. So stop envying, stop the negativity, be positive. Like the books was saying, I mean, bless what the others have, and seek your own advantage in life. Look for it. It's gonna just make things easier. It'll take a little sacrifice to get there, to have a good lifestyle, but in the end, it will be so much better and so much easier in the end. But you have to work on it.
Yeah, other things that I want to say very quick is that if somebody made for example, a rank specific in any company, is the positive way to see is like a wow, he made it. I can make it too. It's like a something there's you're not able. You don't need to reinvent the same wheel. You can do the same thing that he do because every single of us have the same power, have the same values inside, and the potential to do everything. It's just that transformation that we have in the mind to make it happen.
Thank you guys. Wow, I'm actually trying to pull up I'm trying to pull up that scripture because I remember reading it. I remember I was one that I was totally stuck on this for a long time. And it's funny because in order to understand certain things, you must read it in its entire context, okay? And unfortunately, there are some people who they just take little bits and pieces out of any type of philosophy or whatever, or any type of book, and they'll just discombobulate it into something that it's really not. So it's important to read it in its entire context. And I'm trying to pull it up. And I'm almost there, guys. Hold on, but this is the reason why. This is the purpose of Millionaire TV with Zabelina, because I came to that realization. The first person who had ever made any type of impact on me in terms of money, wealth, or just being financially free was Danny Johnson. And if you don't know who she is, definitely check her out. This woman has been through hell and back. She grew up on welfare. Her parents were just really, they didn't work. Her father smoked weed, or her stepfather smoked weed all day long. She was sexually abused. Her mother was just really not there, never really taught her anything, just neglected. And at the age of 18, she had a baby. She put her up for adoption, and she grew up in a really, really negative household. All of this to say that by the time she was like 21, she was a millionaire, and she didn't even know where the heck her money went. And she thought that in order to have the millionaire type of lifestyle, she started working with network marketing. She started to do that, and she was homeless. She was homeless, and the only thing that she had going for her, her story was she ended up falling in love with some man, and she married him. She didn't know him for like no more than a month. She married the dude. He took her for all that she had, and she was just broke. And finally, one day, she was actually going to kill herself. Okay, and she walked into the ocean because she was so high-strung on cocaine. Walked into the ocean and was about to kill herself, and then she heard the voice of the Lord, if you believe in that. I do. She heard God speak to her heart and say, pick up your mat and walk. And that day she knew that her life just had to change. And she got out of the ocean, and she went into the trunk of her car. She had dietary supplements that she said, it's this business that I'm going to use to change my life. And she did. From the trunk of her car, she says, and a payphone, she managed to become a millionaire in the industry. And, her story goes on. But it was her story that changed me dramatically. My husband is very ambitious. He likes to make a lot of money. He likes to be financially free, and I was just on top of him like, this is not good. Your ambition is not good. It's going to take us away from God. Yeah, I was like that. It's insanity. And finally he said, you read Danny Johnson's books, right? And you listen to her. Yeah. She's a Christian, right? Yeah. Well, do you think that she's going to go to hell? And I said, and I really thought about that. And it's like, no. She's trying to teach people that if you really applied wisdom, then you would not be in debt. If you really applied the truths of the Bible, you would not be in debt. You would have money. Okay? So I started to read. I read. I said, I got to go back to this. And that's where the Lord put in my heart, I want you to make a Facebook page, and I want you to share with the people that being broke, having money is not bad. They need to know, because being in debt is not good. Not being able to have money to buy or to buy your children something, or to send your children away to the college of their dreams, that's not good. That puts so much stress on you, and it really just breaks your heart. God doesn't want you to live a life like that. You know, and it's right. You're right, Edgar, what you said about the men in the Bible. They had money. They had money. You know, and a lot of people say, and Andrea, you were saying something about this guy who, you know, the actor bought a $16 million home. Here's the thing. When you have money and you're giving it away, you don't go around pounding your chest and saying, "Oh, look at me, I've given to this charity. And look at where I gave." And that's probably the reason why you don't see rich people talking about these things, because why give and then go showing it to the world? You know what I mean? Unless it's Oprah, she's on her show and that's what she does. You know what I mean? Give. And it's exciting to see people give. It puts you in such a positive state of mind. So anybody else would like to add to that? Oof, don't get me started. This is what birthed Millionaire TV with Zabalina right here.
Actually, going off of what Myra was saying, like our industry is like an entirely different culture, because we do celebrate everything and whenever somebody does good. And it just made me realize, like, in traditional jobs, it's if one person gets it, that means you can't. You know, there's only so many positions, there's only so many raises, and it's a very competitive, you know, you don't want the other person to get it, because that means there's none left for you. And I think people just start looking at the whole world like that, whereas in this, you know, people are excited because you made money. That doesn't mean anything about if I'm going to make money. It doesn't take anything away from me. It doesn't take anything away from anybody else. It just shows you that, you know, if that person did it, so can I. And I just think that that is so empowering and amazing.
Yeah, that is just true. The chances of you, you know, becoming financially free in this industry is very likely. This industry does not, it does not hate on the fact that you probably have no education. It does not hate on the fact that you probably, you know, you don't have a high school diploma. You don't have a college degree. You probably don't even know English, or maybe you do know English. Maybe you don't know Spanish. Doesn't matter. Maybe you don't know how to read. Doesn't matter. You know, this industry, it doesn't have those barriers. What you need in this industry is heart. Do you have the heart? Do you want to change your life? Do you have, you know, the time to be able to just to invest into your dreams? Then yes, if you've answered yes to all of that, then you can make it in this industry. I mean, I've seen people who they came from nothing and practically dying, and this is the reason why they've come into this industry. There are people who cannot go to work because either they have cancer, they're on chemotherapy, or whatever it is, and they Google stuff online, how to make money from home, and they come across companies like ours, and they have made it. They have made it. So really, there's no excuse. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and read in its context here, and then we're gonna close off with just, you know, a few more comments, and I want to just get this out there, okay? And this is definitely not like a religious show. I just want to share with you, just clarify some things here. So Jesus answered, if you want, oh, P.S. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. Okay, so Jesus answered, if you want to be perfect, go and sell your possessions, right? This is what he's saying. If you want to be perfect, okay, so everybody knows there is no such thing as perfection. So this is what Jesus is saying. If you want to be perfect, then you go, he's speaking to the rich man here, or to the rich kid. Because the rich kid was like, well, Jesus, how do I get saved? How do I, and he said, listen, if you want to be perfect, go and sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasures in heaven, and then come follow me. Then, when the young man heard this, he went away sad, because he had great wealth. Then Jesus said to his disciples, truly I tell you, it is hard for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. Pay attention, y'all. Again, I tell you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of God. When the disciples heard this, they were greatly astonished and asked, who then can be saved? What does that mean? That means that they had money. They probably knew a lot of people that had money, and they were probably thinking, well, then who the heck can be saved? Because we got money. They got money. So what's that mean, Jesus? Why you got to be all Confucius up in here? Right? So Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. In other words, you can't save yourself. Don't matter, selling this, doing that, no matter what you do, no matter how good you think that you can be. If you really believe, you believe in me, Jesus Christ, you would know that it's not about selling your stuff. It's not about, doing all right. It's about believing in me. So, yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got to say about that. Woof, woof. Don't get me started, y'all. Who would like to comment and just close up here, guys, because at 827, that little phone number that we have here on the bottom, you guys are going to call that, because if you want to figure out what the heck we do and how we do what we do and how we're making money, you need to be on that phone call right there. It's going to be amazing. So let's close this up, guys. This was so good. Who wants to talk first? Cricket. Hold on. Did I go too deep for y'all? Was it a little too deep today? No way. No way.
Never.
Come on, guys. Come on. Andrea, would you like to, any parting words? Any parting words?
Just, once you change your mindset, that is the first step towards getting the exact life that you actually want. Not one you just settle for or that people think that you can have. People thought I was crazy when I started doing this. They don't think that anymore.
Yeah.
You just go out there and believe in yourself, and you have a whole culture that believes in you too. And you can do anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bless the life that wants you. You want a life. You want a good life. Bless that life. When you see other people living that life, bless that life. There ain't nothing wrong with buying a classic car and spending $100,000 on it. Why is there nothing wrong with it? Because you can go and resell that sucker for $150 in 5 years from now. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Think smart. Larry, parting words.
Yeah, this isn't like a traditional job. I mean, you go for a job, there's a chance on discrimination. I mean, if they don't like you or whatever, and I mean, this system knows no discrimination. They have no idea what you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and this is not a scam either.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it is, and it's not.
Definitely. I'm sorry, but if it's a scam, it's the best scam I've ever run into, because
This is better than college.
It sure is. It is better than college. It is better than college. Thank you, Larry. That's powerful. Thank you. Myra and Edgar, parting words.
Well, it's like Larry said, if this is a scam, everybody of us, we have to go to jail, because it's the best scam ever. For us, it's a lifestyle, and also to add in what you said before, the network marketing is all about the heart. The difference between maybe the regular job is that this one you do it with for your heart, to helping other, to improve yourself, to take out of all your potential that Heavenly Father gave it to us, and that's why you give it to other person, And in the meantime, that you don't receive that, that you've been building yourself on this, you're gonna see a lot of transformation also for you and for the people that you touch.
Okay, touching a little base there on what you said on that scripture on Jesus Christ inviting the man to sell all his stuff and walk with him. Jesus just wanted to see where his heart was, and we definitely cannot have the heart, as I said before, because I mentioned this. You definitely cannot have your whole heart in the money. But again, Jesus wants us to be the best of ourselves. Well, he wants us to provide. We have families. We need to provide for them. Can we be better providers if we have a lot of money? Of course. There are a lot of ways, and you mentioned this too. A lot of rich people do give to the poor. Different ways. They may not say it out loud, announce themselves. Only a few of them do, because they want to remind the rest of the people to give. Like you mentioned Oprah, she might say that, and I give. Well, she's mentioning that because she's reminding everybody else, hey, you need to give. So on that note, again, just improve yourself the best you can in every aspect of your life, including the economical, your finances. Stop wasting your time in hating. Just do. I mean, build a better future for yourself, for your family. You might end up taking care of your mother, who is not working. You might end up taking care of your uncle, your brother, who may be injured because he was in the army, and he cannot work. I mean, can you see yourself doing that? Andrea mentioned George Clooney. Actually, I've read and saw on TV both. I mean, I read it and saw on TV both. That he's a very grateful man. He purchased the house to his longtime manager. He not only purchased the house, also the car. And he takes care and employs a lot of people. So, I mean, having money also has a strong purpose. It just depends on your goals, on what you want to do with it. Okay? I mean, you may want to take care of yourself and be financially free, but also put that goal also to also try to take care of others. And more importantly, when you have a method of improving yourself, share that method, because the best thing in life is not just to give away what you have, because then you will not create independent people. You want to also show them the method so they can do it themselves and therefore help others.
Mm-hmm. Powerful. Wow, thank you guys. This was an amazing hangout. Thank you so much, everybody who's on here. We're going to close this out with our declaration, okay? Because T. Harbecker is really good with these declarations, guys. And I will post it to the to my page. Okay, so the declaration: place your hand on your heart and say. We're gonna say this out loud, guys. Ready? I admire rich people.
I admire rich people.
I bless rich people.
I bless rich people.
I love rich people.
I love rich people.
And I'm going to be one of those rich people too.
And I'm
going to be one of these people too.
Now touch your head and say, I have a millionaire mind.
I have a millionaire mind.
Woo! That deserves an encore, guys. Yes. Thank you, everybody who was watching. Thank you, everyone who was on the panel. Definitely, definitely, definitely reach out to us. Comment. Share your thoughts. What did you like? Did you agree? Did you disagree? We want to know what's on your heart. I am going to go ahead and leave you now with a little something something here. And, you know, go ahead and jump on that phone call. Get that phone number down and be on here. If you speak Spanish, be on our Hangout with Myra and Edgar. We're going to be on a Spanish Hangout talking about the company. If you know anyone who speaks Spanish, go ahead and just copy and paste her link. So here you go, guys. Thank you, everybody. Woo! Monday.